Welcome into another edition of Sports Junkies. Time to talk some Bucks basketball. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer from Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan in Milwaukee, co-host of the Wendy's Big Show, also host of the Pick and Save Basketball post-game show after the Bucks game. He's Gery Woelfel of the Racine Journal-Times.
That's the bomb waiting to go off.
And I'll be honest, if you haven't seen the Packer video yet, you'll see that I scream and yell a lot. And that one, I haven't been on the radio. I haven't been on the radio in over a week when we're taping this. I haven't had a chance to really vent or talk about anything in the sports world with anybody.
Yeah, I do. I feel sorry for your cohorts this afternoon.
Yeah, you should. Now, the Bucks basketball team, when I left,
their football team.
When I left to go on vacation, everything was good. It was sunshiny skies. People were hugging and kissing and loving each other. Oh, Bucks basketball is booming. And there's all these feature articles being written. Well, I hope you enjoy them because it's over. It's all done. There will be no more.
That's it. Back to normal.
And I'll tell you why it's over. Because Jabari Parker was the reason you were getting all that press. And now Jabari Parker is hurt and gone for the year with that ACL injury. And you know what? I'm not all that distraught over it. And I'll tell you why. Because this is
that was a devastating injury.
No.
And I know where you're going with this.
Okay, good. Let me go.
You know what? There's no assurances he's going to come back and be a star. Everybody thinks, okay, because everybody else has done it, no big deal. There have been guys that haven't made it either. So
okay, good. So I'm going to go with what you said first. Okay. Everybody else has done it, so I'm going to assume Jabari will come back and be fine next year, year after, whatever. The issue is this, and everybody needs to understand this. This puts them a year behind in their grand plan of 4 or 5 years. You just put you a year behind because you lose a whole year of experience that Jabari Parker should have had this year, growing and maturing, learning within Jason Kidd's offense, understanding things, seeing how his body handles the wear and tear of a full NBA season, because he still doesn't know how that's going to happen.
Right. There's questions.
There's lots of stuff that goes around this. Now, my hope is that Jabari Parker comes back next year with a better toned body, more ready for what the NBA season is. I hope they give up on this whole thing of him having to continue to add weight to force him into a power forward spot. Let him come in the best physical shape he can come in, and where he can play the whole year. He's leaner, he's more muscular, and see what happens from that standpoint. It could be a blessing in disguise to a certain degree, but it does put him a year behind schedule. And then you have the scare with Giannis coming down on his ankle the next game after that, and everybody going, oh my God, both in back-to-back games? Are you kidding? Giannis now is in a situation, and the Bucks are in a situation of, okay, Giannis, you want to be the man? Because we're going to put the ball in your hands and let you go be that guy now the rest of the year. We're going to let you go take 12, 15 shots a game, and let's see if you can handle it. That should be the next step. Because there's no more sharing shots with Jabari. That's done. So now you got to up the tempo a little bit and hurry along Giannis' development a little and run some offense for him. Let's see how he can develop. Go through the growing pains with him on those nights where he's 2 for 15, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, and they started doing that last night, right, where they had posts up for him, and he looked really good. The problem is, you can't count on Giannis to give you 15 to 20 points every night.
Absolutely not, but that's the growing pains I'm talking about.
And that's going to be absolutely a killer to the Bucks, because the only guy that has shown that he can score on a consistent basis is Brandon Knight.
Yep.
And you cannot win in the NBA by just having one consistent scorer. You need 2, more likely 3, unless you're the San Antonio Spurs. Okay? But, man, I'll tell you what, you really feel sorry for this young man. I mean, he is a great kid. And a lot of people throw that out, casually.
Sure.
But he is really a good kid. I mean, he's not a 19-year-old kid. He's like a 29, 39-year-old person.
There are bonus aspects of this that I feel confident about with Jabari coming back. Number one is dad's a former pro player. So his dad knows, hey, man, injuries are going to happen. This is just part of the game.
That's exactly.
Don't get down on yourself. Don't get depressed. Don't worry about it. We're going to work hard. We're going to get you back. You're going to be fine. That is the biggest struggle, I think, for young players when they get hurt.
It's
the mental aspects
of
getting over that hurdle. The other reason why I'm not as concerned, this isn't a Sean Livingston knee injury where there's just no way he's ever going to be the same player. Livingston was the man, and then he just destroyed his knee in any way, shape, or possible, and he was never the guy. This is just a common ACL injury, like you said, so many players have been through. If he was 35, if he was 35, I'd be concerned, because the body takes more time to react.
I'll tell you what, you got to be very cautious about this, because everybody's saying, yes, an ACL injury, which it is, okay? But until they go into the operating
And clearly
room
see.
and clearly see what they're looking at, we don't know.
Well, you knew Livingston's was horrific when it happened. There was no question.
Right.
That looked like just a standard ACL when his knee did what it did. Okay, so having that said, let's move aside that. So now the question is, okay, now going forward, does this change how you go forward if you're the organization?
Absolutely not. You got to stay the course. And, you know, I was talking last night on the post-game show with your substitute.
Joe Zanzola.
Jay-Z, yeah. After the first 3 guys in this coming draft, there's like 8 or 10 or 12 guys that are basically in the same group, okay? So if you have the 5th, 6th pick or the 11th, 12th pick, they're basically the same guys. So my feeling is, hey, keep playing, try to win, and establish a winning culture, because if you're thinking you're going to get a superstar now at this stage of the game, you're not. You're not going to get one of the top 3 or 4 picks.
This is what I would like. If I was in a perfect world.
Right.
You get to the deadline.
You're not in a perfect world?
No. You get to the deadline. If somebody wants Mayo, they can have him. If somebody wants Urson, they can have him.
Yeah.
If somebody wants Sanders, they can have him. And I'm going to fire some pieces that I don't think are critical to this team being a championship team in 4 or 5 years. Now, there are people that are watching this video screaming and yelling, going, no, I want to be like Herb Cole. I want to be the 8 seed, Sparky. I want to go and be the 8 seed. I'm sick of losing. I want to be the 8 seed, Sparky.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay, I'll tell you what.
I'm one of those guys.
I know you are, because you cover them and you don't want to cover crap. Like you've been covering. I understand that.
No,
you're absolutely. That's my perspective.
My point is exactly what I said before with the draft. If there were like, okay, 7, 8
I'm
guys.
getting there.
Okay.
I'm not finished.
Okay.
If I can get my fire sale to a degree where I can move Mayo, I can move Urson, somebody wants Henson, because I don't think this coaching staff is sold on him. The previous coaching staff wasn't. The coaching staff before that wasn't. I think Henson can play in this league. They obviously, none of the 3 coaching staffs believe that. So if they all don't believe that, then just move them and get a 1, or you probably won't get a 1, but get whatever you can get from them.
Yeah,
right?
you know what you
now,
can do?
In the second half,
you might package he and Sanders. That's what you might see happen.
and that's fine. They're friends. They probably love to go together somewhere. But in the second half of the season, then you come down a little bit. If I'm looking at this, I'm saying, okay, in a perfect world, I'd like to be in the top, one of the worst 6 records in the NBA. If I was Tigers, because remember, when they got Bogut, they were 6. They went from 6 up. Who won it? Who's been in the past? I mean, there's been other guys out of 5 and 6.
There have been
That have moved up. I think that's where you want to be.
The odds are so slim with that happening.
Agreed, but that's kind of where I'd want to be. I do not want to be down at 12 or 13 or 11 with 0 chance of ever moving up, and then like you're saying, just getting some middle of the road.
Instead of having 1% chance of moving up?
See, that's just... No, it's more than that.
It's like, yeah, I'd love to go out and win the lottery tonight. Yeah, good luck with that.
But what increases your odds?
The odds are so finite.
Right, but I have better odds at 5 than I do at 12, and it's significant difference between 5 and 12.
Oh, if you're at 5, okay,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
I agree, but they're not going to fall. There's probably like 8 really bad teams.
Horrible basketball teams.
And it's going to be tough to catch those teams.
But as we all said, if you trade some of these guys away...
Yeah, it won't matter. Those other bad teams aren't going to get... Are the Lakers going to get any better?
Now again, I'm not saying to necessarily try to lose. I'm not saying that at all.
No.
So don't get me confused here. As far as he wants him to tank. I didn't say that. All I'm saying is if you get to the deadline and you're getting offers for O.J. Mayo, you listen and you move them if you get overwhelmed.
They'll move basically anybody right now except Giannis.
Now see, I don't think so.
Oh, they will.
I don't believe that's true, Gary. I think they're going to get to that deadline, and if they're within 2-3 games of the 8 seed, sitting in the 7 or 8 seed, do you know what I think is going to happen? They're going to sit there and go, we're not trading anybody, we're not trading for anybody, we're going to stay at pat and just go with what we have the rest of the year. That's what I think they'll do.
I've heard rumblings in the last couple of days that they're actually looking into making a trade for a player. Now, here's the deal, though. The player that I've heard, which I'll name next week as I find out more information on this, is a young player. So he fits what they're doing, okay? It's not like they're going to go...
Part of the championship core.
Right. I mean, this guy would be...
Is he a shooting guard? He better be a shooting guard.
You're in the ballpark. You were a team, you know that? But anyways...
And that's what they need.
Yeah. So, whether they pull the trigger, who knows? But at least it's not like they're going to go out and try to get, 30...
Jeremy Lamb is one guy. Terrence Ross is another guy. Now, I'm not saying we can get any of these guys.
Yeah.
But those 2 specifically are guys that are young enough that can still help you build. They're both long. Now, I don't know how into the game Jeremy Lamb is as far as wanting to be great. Because when you look at him, he looks like he's in a cloud somewhere. But those 2 guys are long. They can shoot the basketball a little bit. They have long arms so they can help you defend. They fit nicely next to whoever is going to be the point guard on this team going forward. That is the position I'd like filled, because then I can get to the free agency in Mark Lazzary's world and these guys that will be a free agent destination that people eventually want to come. Okay, if that's true, fine. But then,
Nothing against Mr. Lazary, but nobody's coming to Milwaukee.
but hold on. If that's the case, then if you have Giannis, you have
We're getting a
Parker.
2-minute warning from our producer.
If you have Giannis and you have Parker and you have whoever the 2 guard is, Lamb, Ross, whoever else, if you have that core 3,
Yeah.
now all of a sudden if you're a Greg Monroe, you look at it and go, hey, I like what they're doing there, and I can go play.
The only thing he'd like is the money.
Sure.
Yeah.
You'll have to pay him.
The
But
problem
years
is-
before, Gary, if I offered him max money and somebody else said, he'd look at Milwaukee and go, I'm out.
But the problem is you got to look to the future. If you give him max money, what are you going to give Brandon Knight? By the way, Brandon Knight was clearly the better player on the floor the other night when they played the Suns against the great.
Did you see the end of the game against the Suns?
Yeah, he did.
Did you see him getting pulled out of the point guard role and playing off the ball?
That's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
I'm just saying, when it comes time to pay him, it's going to be interesting to see if the Bucks are willing to pay him.
Bledsoe got $14 million, and I guarantee you,
That's a backcourt that will never win a championship.
that's a horrible.
Horrible backcourt, and they're overpaying both of them. He is Gery Woelfel. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer. Thanks for tuning into another edition of Sports Junkies, talking a little Bucks basketball. We'll talk to you next week when Gery will reveal what player it
mystery
is
man
that the Bucks are going to try to acquire. We'll find out next week, right here
could
at
be an
Racine.
interesting Christmas present.
Before Christmas, you think it can happen?
Oh, good, yeah.
Really? That quick?
Yeah.
Now I really want to know.
Okay.
Next week, right here at RacineSportsZone.com.
And again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could.